Alright, now we have a female head. Let me just move my camera a little bit. We have a female head, and this is not looking bad at all, if you see. This is from a guy called Hermutik. Hermutik has made a very nice head, but you see what I noticed right away. Very wide nose and the top here, too wide. The eyes are too far apart, but overall looks pretty cool. Maybe the jaw is too wide in this point here, which is not looking too bad, so it could be. But the jaw itself, the shape is usually not a straight line. The jaw has a straight line and then a little bit on the top here, because it's a skull. You see how it is on this girl we see here. It's usually not exactly. So when we fix those things, it could be better. Let's go with our symmetry. Select it and select the symmetry again, because yeah. So now the first thing I will fix is here, the nose part. So what I will do is not pull the nostrils in, but I will push this middle part out. And immediately it should make it look better. Or better. Now, it's a little bit too much pushed in here, so I will inflate this area or just smooth it. And then I will add those things around the mouth and smooth them. Okay? Now it seems a bit better. So, the nose is a little bit too long for my taste, but let's see what will happen when we squeeze this inner portion here. Move the eyes a little bit in. Let's disable the eyeballs because they are, let's see if they are too big. Yes, they are way too big. Those are huge eyeballs. We don't want that. And now, yes, now I will just put them together a little bit. The eyes, so they're closer. And then I will pull a little bit the corners of the eyes, because it's a female, upward. Then here, always, just make like this on the sides above the eyes. Just those kind of, you know, heavy eyelids look and stuff like that we can make. Then I will push here. And okay, starting to look. Now, let's see the mouth, how we can do. So the mouth, always push the corners of the mouth and you will notice improvement right away. Then the corners, both sides of the lower lip, just smooth them. Not so much, but smooth them. And then we can make them, but not so pronounced. They shouldn't be as pronounced. Then, what I always like to do is to make the M shape, so I will push this inner portion between the lips, push it down a bit. And then the lower lip is a bit too small and a bit too flat. So I will make sure I inflate it, but when I inflate it, I like to put it back. So what I mean by that is I will put it backwards compared to the top lip, which also I will inflate a little bit. I don't want it to be that flat, because I want to be a little bit back. And then the chin also I will push back a tiny bit. Okay, now there are things that are wrong. Here, for example, we have a lot of meat in this area, so we might need to kind of get out this meat a little bit to push this area, and then to leave our cheekbones a little bit more exposed, but then smooth it. And now I see that she has a little bit of like alien style look. But why? Because her top of the head is big, and also the bottom of the head is not that big. So I will smooth. I will try to make the chin a bit better, the lower jaw, and also the ear is too big and it's not the right shape. I mean, the ear is kind of not developed quite much, but we'll push it, and now you see she looks like an alien because her back of the head is too big, and also the forehead here doesn't have too much, like a little bit of a dimple here and then smooth it, but a little. For a female it's very small amount, but it's there. And now what I will do, I will try to fix the neck problem. So the neck will go forward a bit here. Then this part of the neck will go forward also. Then the clavicle usually goes inside and connects here. It doesn't go like this down, although parts of it goes like this. So both, and then I will smooth it. Here I will make sure it's like this. Okay, so V-shape here. The neck is a little bit too small, and I made the jaw a little bit too big. So I will decrease the jaw. Okay, like this, increase the mouth. Not so smiley. Yes. And she looks very sad and stuff like this because she has very big eyeballs. Let's make the eyeballs smaller. You know, the females, they always want their eyeballs to look big and their eyes to look big because this looks more cute. It looks fine. It looks more feminine and cute. But they are making it by making black lines around them, big eyelashes, stuff like this. They're putting more eyelashes, I mean, separately. And it kind of happens. The nose here is a bit too big and too long. So what I will do is I will just push this area up. And the nose, the front part of the nose, I will inflate. Because I need the nose to be normal, not this kind of... Yeah, this could be kind of a stylized or something character. But in this case, we'll go for more normal look. Now I will push, so I will separate a little bit, but very tiny. You see, I'm not doing it super big separation between the nostrils and the front part here. Not ultra big separation. Also, this nostrils has to go a little bit away from each other. And here I will make a little bit bigger bump. Okay. It's not quite well still, but it's getting there, hopefully. Increase this size. Yeah, there is no like magic pill. There will always be like working until you got to the point that you want. Now she still looks like a cartoon hero, because like a cartoon girl, because of the huge eyeballs. So let's try to decrease the eyeballs and then decrease the overall top of the head because it's too big. And the back of the head also. Just decrease it. And here I will push this. It's very important to push this and then smooth. So from the front view you have a little bit separation between the eyeballs, between the eyebrows and the forehead. But just tiny bit, especially in the female, it's almost invisible, but it's there. Then I will push this. So I will have my nose separated from the rest. And I will push this area back. And yeah, starting to look a little bit like a female, although those cheekbones are too big. Smooth this area here in the back. It's not that visible. The ear we have to fix also, but also the overall shape of the head has to be fixed. It has to be kind of squarish, but not like a square. Kind of round, but not like a sphere. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. It's not difficult, not easy, I mean. It's not easy. Let's see. Alright, so the chin, maybe I will make it a bit kind of more full, but push it a bit backwards too. And I will make this line, for example, and smooth it. And then I have to add more feminine features, because if you make this line too big like this, it will not look so feminine. So for the female, we need more meat in here, but not too much. And in here. Okay. And then push this a bit and then smooth it. Then let's turn our attention to the ears, because they are a little bit without shape. So let's shape them. So I'll push this in. You see, I'm not even remeshing, because the touches that I'm doing are not that big. They're not huge. I'm not stretching the polygons too much. I'm just refining them, reshaping them. Not super huge changes. And still, the model at the end should look quite a bit better. Beha. The ears need always a little bit of love. Don't leave them hanging. Yes, you might want to do only faces, because it's very much fun and stuff to do faces, to do eyes, to do lips. Noses are not so much fun, yeah, I know. But lips and eyes, amazing, you know. Very cool to do them. Of course, it's difficult as hell, but with more practice, I told you, don't expect ever everything to happen in just 2 heads or 3 heads or 5 heads or even 15 heads. No. Usually you will need way more than that. Now, her neck is too much. What I mean by that is too narrow. So she looks like a concentration camp victim. Now, with this neck that I now did, it's a bit better. Better. Now I will push this area, make sure I have those thingies, and then like this will be amazing. And not amazing, but it's looking relatively fine. We make sure she doesn't have Adam apple, so we smooth this area. Now, I think the neck is okay. Here in the back, we need this to be more steep. I mean, like a little bit like this. It should be better. I see the reference. That's why I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that this is the case in the reference, so I'm doing it. Now I'm pushing the ear a little bit forward because it has to start from kind of the middle of the... You know, if you look at a complete profile view, it's like this. Even like this. This is a complete profile view, we may say. This. But in this case, in our reference, it's like the reference is almost like this. So that's why the ear seems so close to the back of the head. But usually, if you have complete profile, it starts from the middle. So yeah. Always use references. And always watch your reference. Not just put it on the screen with PureRef. This is the program called PureRef that I'm using. Not just put it with the PureRef and not use it. Use it. And make sure you kind of stick to your reference in some points as much as possible, because otherwise, you know, here I will just push because I don't want this nose to be that wide in these areas. Although it's not bad, it's not completely bad for a female, but still, I will add more meat in here because we know we have a fat part in here, and I will smooth it completely so it's not that visible. Then we'll make this orbit of the eye, the bottom part here, and smooth it. And then for the female, it will be good if we add some eyebrows, because without eyebrows, at some point, it will not look very femaleish. For the male, we can say it's okay, it's fine, it's not that bad, but for a female, it's bad. You should put some eyebrows. Maybe the chin could be a little bit narrower. But it depends what kind of female you're doing, because some females, they look very nice with some malish features, which, by the way, I don't recommend doing it in the beginning of your career, because it's difficult. I'm just making this kind of lips that we already know that are working. So in the beginning, I think it's better to work to make something easier, which is very feminine females. Very feminine females are much easier than kind of a little bit manly looking or with some man features. They're very beautiful, can be very beautiful. Like Cindy Crawford, for example, back in my days, Cindy Crawford was very cool. She has like squarish jaw, but very beautiful model. But a little bit manly features at some point. She has this cold beauty, we may say. Yeah, Sharon Stone also a bit like this, cold beauty. but beautiful. Yeah, you cannot say it's not beautiful, you know. And with these things above the eyelids, we have to be extremely careful because from the 3/4 view, we don't want to see them sag like this. They have to be more inward, but still the form, the shape has to stay. Which is kind of difficult, and as you can see, I'm struggling in here even. Even me, I'm struggling. So it's not, in any case, easy. But if it was easy, everybody will be a character artist. There will be no garbage man, there will be no people that clean toilets, there will be no people that are cleaning the streets, and we will live in a dirty, dirty world if everybody was a character artist because it was easy, you know. That's why it's good that it's not easy, so we have other professions as well. By the way, good character artists are kind of well paid, we may say. I'm not completely convinced yet for the shapes and forms, but overall we can say it's kind of fine. Maybe a little eyebrow will fix some areas for us. Let's say eyebrow like this, and then a bit like this. And here it should be thinner. It should thinner itself. Thinner itself. It's amazing how to say thinner itself, you know. In this area you should smooth. For a female, you don't have this kind of, you know, eyebrow lines and stuff, except if she's mad or something, but you still have to be careful because it has to look nice and smooth also. Which is difficult. But as I told you, nothing is completely easy. Okay, it will not be fair, by the way, if I have eyebrows and the model itself, the original, doesn't have eyebrows, but life is unfair. Life is unfair, yes. So I think we have something here, it's not ultra cool. Let me just dig a little bit around this area with my standard brush and then smooth it, and then maybe add with inflate a bit of a fat around the mouth here in this area, just to see what will happen. And here also a little bit, and maybe a bit in this area in the front here of the cheekbone. Yes, a little bit more feminine. And maybe I put the top lip a bit too much backwards, the bottom lip, so I'll just try to fix this error, which is not exactly an error, but it's not looking as good as I suppose that it could look. Maybe the bottom lip I can make it a bit wider. Alright, there are a lot of things that we can do to improve this, and that's why people who are making likenesses, they are doing this kind of small fixes for hours and hours and tens of hours even. And since we already done it for like 18 minutes, I think it's enough for us. I mean, for me, at least. Why, you will ask, but why, Nico? Why don't you continue? And in 1 hour it will be amazing. Probably it will be better, but not as better as the time. So for 18 minutes, I did this, and for 1 more hour, I will do just slight changes here and there, and it will not be too much changed. It will be better, definitely. It's no doubt about it, but not too much better. So yeah, we have to be careful with that. Let's lift the ears a little bit up. And maybe the chin also a bit smaller and narrower. And this I will lift also. And smaller jaw. We have to be careful about the smaller jaw here, because it could be something like this, which we don't exactly want. So yeah, careful. Smooth and careful. Okay, I think we are done with this. Let's see how it looks compared to the original. I will move it this way, put on the original. And yeah, it's a bit better, I think, a little bit more a bit nicer forms overall. Yeah. Okay, let me just do something interesting here. Workbench render, matcap, attribute, shadow, increase, cavity, outline. Right, this seems cool. Now, okay, we continue with the Netscape. I'm not sure if the Netscape is male or female, but it doesn't matter. I don't have to know, you know. It's supposed to be a surprise, so it's cool. Okay, bye for now and see you in the next feedback video.